Hello and welcome to Let's Play 2 2013. This is 2K and this is the TCW Experiment Episode 3. We are going to book our first show, and to do so I wanted to do an angle between two TCW stalwarts to start off. So Tommy and Ricky are going to argue. What they're arguing about is essentially that with Wolf on top and Tommy helping him, it's like the syndicate is back together, and Tommy lost to RDJ and thus lost the right to have the syndicate. Cornell comes back and basically says that this isn't the syndicate. The syndicate was a group. This is just two people, and if Wolf wants to make a group, that's Wolf's prerogative. RDJ basically says he's got his eye on him and he's going to be watching. He's going to be keeping his eye out for what's going on. Booking matches here. Ricky Dale Johnson is going to lose to... let's say Cornell in the main event of the evening, or the semi-main event of the evening. Open, slow-built match with new associate of Wolf, Eddie Peak, attacking. And then the main event of the evening will actually be a tag match between Rocky Golden and Joey Minnesota facing Wolf and Rick Law. And Wolf can get the big win over Rick Law, because here in TCW, you really can't have shiesty finishes. And I want the champ to look big going over. So there we go. We are going to have a title match where the all-action title is going to be won by Aaron Andrews in essentially a squash match. And it's going to be the sign of big things for the all-action title. Aaron Andrews is a big name, a rising star, who can hold the title with a fair bit more prestige than Flying Jimmy Fox, who is basically a jobber. Tornado and Vesey. I know Tornado is going to be fighting his feud, so maybe Troy Tornado and the Machines, John Anderson and Brent Hill, versus Koshiro Ino, Joshua Anderson, and we need another Japanese style face. Really isn't one. I guess Giant Tana. Oh boy, is that going to be their buddy? So Tana has had feuds with the Machines in the past, so that's the reason why I'm putting him in this match. And I want to give Taylor the win in an open match and have Brent Hill take the loss. And that's going to upset Tornado, but still keep his crusade active. And in a post-match attack, he can beat up on Joshua Taylor for a quick minute or two before the TCW fans get upset. We have 52 minutes left. I would like to do a promo where the faces in the main event Minnesota and, oh goodness, Rocky Golden. Talked smack about Wolf and Rick Law. And we need 4 more matches or so. Vesey going over someone will be one of them. So some mid-card schmucks losing to Brian Vesey. Joel Bryant, you are said mid-card schmuck. I could put a tag title match on this, or I could give the New Wave a reason to win. So the Canadian Animals, who are a tag team, versus the New Wave, who are a tag team. And if you watch the first episode, you'll know that I am pretty big on the New Wave, and they're going to be the first #1 contender. So they win. And Fonzarelli, Benson can get wins. Bach can get a win. So there's a team right there. Danny Fonzarelli, Sammy Bach, and Benny Benson facing off against Jay Cord, while I have him, and the Jobbers. And we'll give Benny Benson a win, and we'll give Sammy Bach a win. And I want to have Buffalo and Pete perhaps go over, I don't know, Chance Fortune and Harry Allen. Why not? Why not? Because it sucks. That's why. Eddie Peak versus Mighty Mo. 6-minute kind of squash match to give Peak a win. And we need 4 more minutes. Let's have a Tommy Cornell hyping up his coming match with RDJ. So as you can see, we do desperately need people because it's a little difficult to fill out a show with doing the 3v3 type stuff. But we got a lot of people coming in. Let us run this show. But first, let me let my cat in. Oh, there we go. So Cornell and Johnson start us off hot, which is good. This show's probably not going to do well because of the fact that we have pretty bad backstage, which will affect the matches, as you will soon see. And if you look in the dirt sheet, we got all sorts of bonuses, but penalized for low morale, and Fox was penalized for, an odd face-heel combination. They were both faces, my bad. Well, whatever. Eddie Peak defeats Mighty Mo in essentially a entertaining squash match. The New Wave get a #1 contendership out of this. The Canadian Animals, they might get more consideration moving forward, though. This was good, considering who was in it. And Sammy Bach defeating Courtney with an adrenaline shot. Yeah, see, this was only 3 better. And these guys are supposed to be way more over. Butterfly lock on Brent Hill. Beat down after the match. Ooh, super Vesiplex 78. I forgot this was probably going to be this good. And then Cornell. And then a 73. Ooh. Okay, hopefully that 78 isn't the best match on the card. It's going to be. Yep, I knew it. So it lost us popularity in America, gained us popularity in Canada. This is bad. We're probably going to fall to Colt, but this is what happens. It's TCW to start is very difficult, which is why you want to get people early. Speaking of which, we're going to go through decisions in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.